is up, you guys? Welcome back to another TCR podcast, episode 135 with the one and only Lily Bay in the house.
What's up, you guys? Aquí andamos. I'm cracking up today. Ahorita les digo.
And
Continue,
your boy,
baby.
Impro Mando, all the way from Tampa, Florida. Just
all
in
the way
case you
from
guys...
Pahokee, Florida.
Pahokee, Florida. By the way, I'm a little upset at social media right now. I saw a TikTok, right? There's one of those random TikToks that use that AI voice and whatever, right? And it says, the dumbest cities in Florida. Mm-hmm. I was like, this doesn't make any sense, but let's watch it. So I'm going through it, and there's like 10 cities. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to sit here and watch all the 10 cities. Let me just scroll and see which one's the dumbest one. Uh-huh. You guys, it said Pahokee, Florida. And for those that don't know, I'm from Belgrade, but was born in Pahokee because at the time when I was born, Belgrade didn't have a hospital. Uh-huh. So I was forced to be born in Pahokee. Now there's two hospitals, or one really nice hospital in Belgrade. The point is that I was born in the dumbest city in Florida. Why? Why did they consider it?
Not saying that it is. Según TikTok.
Poverty. The
Dropout
education,
rates,
and it's very like the closest college is like miles away, like too far.
Do you think it's true that whoever made that really does research, or it could
I
just
think
be
they
a
just
troll?
put it into like a system. They read it and that's it.
Oh,
like
maybe.
Let's read it. Like even like there was another one that the easiest place in Florida to like ligar, like to find a girlfriend. Sarasota, Florida.
What the heck?
So I'm moving on. Next subject.
Why are you looking that up first of all?
Well, it just popped up. One of those dumb AI things. But what is up, you guys? Buenos dias. Happy hump day.
Oh, yeah. It's Wednesday. I hope you guys are having a great morning. I'm just going to tell you guys that our morning started off a little crazy, actually. We were, I was on live getting ready for the podcast. Chilling, talking to you guys. You know, aquí haciéndome way. And all of a sudden, I look out my window and one of my little bulls, my cow Chewy.
Oh my God.
Bull. I say cow because people, that's what they refer to as everything. But my bull, Chewy, was outside, like by the street, you guys. So they always come out into my front yard, but that's fenced in.
Yeah.
Somehow, este cabrón got out, like outside by the street.
Road. Yeah.
So as soon as I see it, I'm alive and I'm like, oh my God, Chewy got out. And then I'm freaking out because I don't know if Chalino got out and Chiquis got out, because if one gets out, the other ones can get out. So I scream, babe, Chewy's outside. Mando thought
I thought he was in the front.
My front yard, which is normal.
But I get him right now.
I said, no, he is outside. And I'm like yelling. And at the same time, like, I don't know what to do. So I take the live with me, run downstairs, set them up, run towards the gate.
Dang, you had time and energy for that.
Yeah, well, I was live on the iPad.
True.
So if not, y'all would have been running with me. But since I was on the iPad,
you had to leave them there.
I could only be like in the house, right? If not, no internet.
Wi-Fi.
So yeah, Mando comes out. But the thing with cows is you can't like lure them. You can't like
chase them because they'll run. It's like
just
a dog.
like a dog.
Yeah.
Same thing, but 600 pounds more, right?
It's a little slower, but still.
Yeah, so Mando came out and I saw him right away trying to lure him in with some snacks. But Chewy don't give a about those snacks.
They don't.
So what do? I run to the back, which is a mission. Like my field, I have football fields back here, you know? Run to the back.
300 yards.
Run to the back, get his favorite snacks, which is his grain. Run back up to the front, and by then you weren't in the front. Where were you?
By then I was outside already. I was over there. Yeah. No, because I went back to get a lasso to
yeah. Okay, so I run back up to the front. By this point, he had to walk across the street. I literally crossed the street. I was like, oh my God.
And now he's stopping traffic. There's like one car.
Yeah, he's walking back slow. That's literally the soundtrack in his head, I'm sure. A car's coming. Luckily, they don't really fly by here.
Yeah.
Stops. And the car's just looking at
the car
cow.
was like, I want to stop. He told me, so I don't want to scare him more. So I'm going to just stop here and then you figure it out.
Yeah, shout out to that. It was like it wasn't Amazon. It was something else. But yeah, so I'm learning him with his food. Like, come here, Chewy. He's coming. As soon as I thought he was about to like come in, he keeps going straight.
Like slowly. There was no, he was chilling. He had no, what's it called? Urgency. There was no urgency.
No fucks given. So then by that point, Mando's back out with the lasso. But my homie Mando does not know how to use the lasso. So I'm like, what
So
you
I
broke
never
down?
knew I needed to learn how to use this
Until-
lasso, which brings up a new segment, ding, 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 of today. And hopefully I could keep adding this to the podcast. What I learned this week,
Yeah.
pretty much what I learned today, is that I got to get better with the lasso. If I was really good with the lasso, I could just, pep, pep, let's go, boy.
Yeah.
You know, that's it.
Because even though they weigh hundreds of pounds more than you, you are able to maneuver them and bring them. Like they'll come.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. But that's what I learned today. I have to get better with that. And I'm a practice. And it should be like a series, like getting better at it. Maybe you guys show me some tricks.
Yeah, no, Mando really has to learn because this was a big lesson learned.
Yeah, it was a big lesson. What I learned this week.
Luckily, it wasn't Cheekies that got out because I've heard that when your horse
that one's
gets
game
out,
over.
it could take you all day to bring
Yeah.
them back in because they do not get tired of running.
And mostly if you don't know how to do the lasso, it's just game over.
There's no point. Yeah.
Like you can lure her with some snacks, but you saw they see free world, they're like, I'm gonna just go roam around.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Thank God.
So this new segment, what I learned today, it brings up I want you guys maybe to learn something today on this podcast. And maybe Lily Bay might learn something too.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Wait, but I didn't finish.
Oh,
We got him back, you guys.
yeah. Oh, sorry.
He went into the neighbor's yard. Thankfully, that was a good thing. Mando went into the neighbor's yard too. We have a few doors that lead from our yard to
The
the
gate,
neighbor's
yeah.
yard. So,
Yeah, we like lured him in. We kind of scared him to like go in there slowly, and he was
Yeah.
super chill. Like he's not like
he was
running away
already
from us.
already scared though, 'cause he was mooing like, where the fuck am I, right? But yeah, we got him back in, and
They're safe. They're eating.
They're
They're
good.
having breakfast. So todo bien.
how did he get out? There's
No
a
pasa
gate
nada.
that's messed up from the hurricane, waiting on
Yeah.
insurance to come fix that. But we gotta
Hey,
fix it
stop
now.
cursing on
But
the
anyways,
podcast.
sorry guys.
You guys are about to learn something new here on the podcast, YouTube, babe. So pay attention.
Okay.
This lesson dun, 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 comes from Fuerza Regida's new album. By the way, Bad Bunny's album #1 right now in the world.
Really?
And right under it, Fuerza Regida's new album.
Okay.
So if you haven't listened to
What?
Fuerza Regida's new album, it's starting to grow on me, like every other album.
Yeah. You grow into everything. Babe.
So like little by little, I'm starting to enjoy it. I got like 3-4 favorite songs. Even that country song that he has on there is jamming.
It's been on repeat at the house.
You know,
for sure.
so but yeah. So let me get to the point. Expantia 111 Expantia is the name of his album, right? So I did my research. I'm like, what does this mean? You know, it's 111 Expantia. It comes from a Natural language symbolizing manifest. This reflects the central theme of the album, the power of manifestation and the journey it brings one's dreams into reality. The number 111, which is at the beginning of the name of the album, is often associated with new beginnings and spiritual alignments, further emphasizing the album's focus on personal growth and aspiration. So it has a lot of codex and a lot of like meaning behind it, which I think it's cool. Pretty much what it's saying, Expantia is like manifestation. So they worked really hard on this album to make it one of their best albums. So that's what he's manifesting. And that's something that he's pushing big on this album. You know, he even has the evil eye as the album cover on this album, which I think is going to be one of his best albums because it brought back to what Fuerza Regida is, but also it brought a new Fuerza Regida.
Yeah.
So
it did like both, the best of both worlds.
So I'm excited to see how it plays out and what Fuerza Regida does with this.
Wait, so can I go back to the part where you said Bad Bunny's album is #1 in the world? Are
In
you
the
sure
world,
about
yes.
that?
On Billboard #1, Bad Bunny right now, his
And
new
then
album.
Fuerza Regida #2?
#2.
You see, guys, this is why I always think that I mean, we've said it a lot of times that we have the power to do a lot of change in society, and I feel like that's a perfect example of how many Hispanos, Latinos are in the world if two albums coming from Latinos are #1 in the world.
Yeah,
That's
Billboard
crazy.
200. I have it right here. Debería tirar más fotos, #1. And Expantia, #2. #3, #4 is Morgan Wallen and Kendrick Lamar, #5. And we know that Americans dominate music. You know,
Usually. Well, they
so,
used to.
So that's why,
Yeah. You know, I've said this out loud, like between me and Mondo, but never to
on the world
live. You know how we do that? What is that thing that they do every like 10 years?
The census.
The census,
Okay.
right? You know how they do the census every 10 years, supposedly just to see where we're at, right? I don't believe that
As
shit.
far as population, right?
Yes. I feel like Hispanos probably have already been taken over, but they don't want us to know. It's a conspiracy. I'm just saying. Because
Oh, we got conspiracies on the podcast.
yeah, like how does that make sense
Yeah.
for two Latino albums to be
Yeah.
number one in the world if we're minority?
That's
That makes
true.
no sense.
That's true.
But anyway.
But
I'm just saying.
lately, Mexican Latino music has just been a trend all over the world. I went to a restaurant a couple days ago, and they were playing Junior H. I was like,
An American
in
restaurant.
an American restaurant. I'm like, what's going
Or
on
like
here?
the other day at American Eagle, they were playing Frontera.
What?
Or at
The
our
cumbia?
gym that is super Americano.
Gold's Gym, you
Fuerza
guys.
Regida.
Yes, mostly here in Tampa.
Which, again, to some of you guys, it might be normal because you might live in an area where there's a lot of Hispanic presence. But in Tampa, I've told you over and over again, like, no, there's no Mexicanos here. There is a lot of Cubano, Puerto Riqueño and stuff, but there's still a lot of American here. So whenever we go, the majority is American. So whenever we go to any establishment, we're always minority, yes, where we're at. But hearing these songs like that in places like that, it's always like,
I mean, I enjoy it, and I'm super proud of our roots. When I hear this music, I'm like, yeah, we're doing this damn thing.
yeah, I love it. I love to hear it.
And talking about that, I don't want to like bring the conversation down. Today on my way to my haircut, I'm driving down 75, and I see there's like a little traffic jam, and there's two state troopers, pulled over a truck with a ladder, and I don't know how many people were in there. And then right in front of their truck, there's two ICE Suburban vans. I'm like, are they really doing this? Is this really, really happening?
Yeah.
And I've been hearing this for like the last 2-3 weeks, that they're really, really going hard on deportations right now. And to me, it's super ridiculous the way they're doing it. These people are going to work.
Yeah.
They're going to work. They're trying to come back to bring a plate or money for their family. But on the way to work, they're stopping them.
It's been nothing but work trucks that they're stopping and that we've witnessed. So allá tu presidente diciéndoles que nada más iba a agarrar los criminales, lies.
Like these guys are going to work.
We're witnessing it. Like every single day, we've had either ourselves or somebody in our close circle send pictures, post it. And it's super sad because every single one has been work companies or work vans, work trucks, every single one. I kid you not. I've seen at least 20, 30 different situations, and they're all work vehicles.
And I don't think it's fair that way. Obviously, whatever you want to do, like maybe he's doing something wrong or whatever, but that way, I mean, you're talking about 7 a.m. in the morning. These people are going to work.
Yeah.
And on my way back, these ICE vans, ICE trucks are literally parked in the middle of the road. They're ready for the state trooper to call them to head down that way. I'm like, this is not right.
I told Mondo we should do like for the people that do have papeles and are born here, whatever. We should
a decoy.
Yeah, we should waste their time and like I'll put a big Mexican flag in the back of my truck or like a work ladder back there,
Yeah.
I'm just
a
saying.
Decoy and be like, nah, you thought, boy. Yeah, that's messed up. But we wanted to put a little light into this situation, and we are aware.
Just to tell you guys that it is happening.
That is
Mondo
happening.
witnessed it today.
Yeah, I'm like, come on now. And I really hope that things get better with this situation. Not the way that they're doing this, targeting actual workers. They're actually building the United States. They're helping us, but they're stopping that.
Yeah.
Like, I really wish something changes, and we're here to voice it,
Yeah.
But let's get to today's subject. One of today's subjects, and people have been asking us a lot, baby.
Oh my God, I already know where you're
Give
going.
us a freaking update on that freaking stalker that came to your house at, just so you guys, I'm gonna wrap it up in 30 seconds. A stalker came to the house at, 2 a.m., knocking on my Ring camera, looking around my house. hey, are you guys selling the property? No, we're not selling the property, motherfucker. It's fucking.
Pues no que you didn't want me to cuss Armando.
Oh, my bad. We're not selling the property, guy. It's literally 2 a.m. in the morning. What are you doing here? He's like, okay, I'll come back. I'm like, bro, don't come back. Whatever. Fast forward next day, I'm chilling in my office. I'm chilling right there working. And then I see the stalker looking at me from my window. I was like, what's going on? This is at 9. I get up. I was like, hey, man, what are you doing here? I told you yesterday not to come back. No, I just came back because Jesus sent me. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, but
You know.
he had been looking at Armando through the window.
Yeah, weird.
So I did an update, you guys. We called the police. We reinforced everything at the house. And all of that good stuff. And since then, you guys have been wanting an update, and I've been promising I'm gonna record, but I keep forgetting.
So
and
it's here.
I do say it on live all the time, but I know not everyone catches my live, so a lot of people want to know. The stalker hasn't been back. It's been 3 weeks already.
3 weeks.
3 weekends. He hasn't been back. We have been checking our cameras just to even see if he even drives by. He does drive a motorcycle, so it makes it easy to distinguish really quick. And so far, nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. So I don't know if Mando putting his foot down outside and like
Scaring him away or
scaring
something.
him away like worked.
Well, what we did also, which you left out, I don't know if you were getting there, but the gate that we have, at one point it broke because Amazon came and whatever, right? It
Accidentally broke it. Yeah.
Cops came and everything. So we just fixed it. Now we lock it up every night. But before that, he was able just to open it, come in and knock. Now there's really no way for him to come in unless he jumps a gate or calls us, at least at that time at night. So that's one.
Why would he call us?
I don't know, right? So that's one thing we did. Also, we added more cameras around the house, added more light, and just beefed up security up in this house.
Yeah.
That's what we've done just in case he comes back or anyone else tries to do the same thing,
Correct.
And I also wanted to, bring this back to you guys. And what could you guys do if you live by yourself or your husband works at night? What could you do back at home to avoid this or to feel more secure? And I wrote a couple things down, and I really like this one.
All right.
If you have your husband's work boots, right?
Oh, yeah.
Leave them, if you live in the apartment complex or something like that, leave them right outside so he thinks or he assumes that someone is inside. Some work boots, it's easily, be like, oh, damn, there's someone inside. That's someone's work boots. I think that's number one. Sleep maybe with like your key fob next to you, like for your car. And if you hear something, just, press the alarm. I think that gives you a little bit of a mental clarity or, kind of scare someone away just in case. Obviously, you want to surround your house with some sort of camera so you have a visible view.
The obvious tips you guys should know. These are more of like extra little tips.
Yeah. Also, make it as bright as possible outside. If you live in a home, try to add as much light on any side, on the sides. Cut the shrubs where maybe that person can hide. Cut the shrubs or some little trees where they could hide. Maybe your neighbors could see and things like that. So, just a little bit of measures that you guys could take just in case you go through something or to avoid into going through something like this. You know, just tips that I learned because honestly, I'll be real. I'll be real on the podcast right now. I was really, really bad at like making sure that the doors were locked every night.
Valía garrote.
Making sure that there was the home was really secure. Why do you think
you were like that, babe?
Well, I grew up in a small town that,
the crime rate is high as hell.
But my family would just come and open the door and no pasa nada. But here, even when we have visitors, I'm like, just come in, because I see them on the Ring camera. But everyone's so used to like locking up their doors, even though like I grew up in Belgrade and the crime rate is crazy there. But I was just so used to like leaving the doors unlocked.
It's because Mando's the baby, so he didn't have to do it. His parents would do it.
Yeah, that's true.
And the other day, when I was telling my little sister about the situation, she was like, yeah, my dad tells me 15 times in one night to make sure that the doors are locked. And I'm like, yeah, that's how I grew up. And Maria's the baby too, but my dad would be on our asses, lock the door, go check the door, like still to this day, obviously.
Till this day. Poor Maria, she has to get up every 5 minutes and go check the
so
door.
Not saying that it's a good thing that it happened, because it's not a good thing, but the fact that we went through it was a wake-up call for not only myself, but for Mando too. Because, I'm a little ditzy too. Like, Like I would be at home by myself a lot. I'm never scared to be home alone or any of that, but it's just to be more aware. Like if something were to happen, are you ready? Right?
Yeah. But that is a clarification of what is going on with the stalker. We haven't seen him, and we hope to never see him again. But just in case, we're ready.
Another thing that I did is that I blasted him on TikTok.
Oh.
So maybe somebody saw him.
Maybe he
saw
scrolls. He's like,
himself,
oh, that's me.
You know, that could have been a thing too. Or like, oh shit, like I can't be going around no more.
Yeah,
you know?
his face is clearly right there. So.
Or maybe what I was thinking at one point was that he wasn't all there, you know, and that maybe a family member saw it and is now like, oh shit, we have to make
Hold
sure that
him
he
down.
doesn't get out at night and, you know.
So, I mean, there's a lot of unanswered questions here, but, hopefully we just never see him again and we don't have to worry about it no more, Moving on to today's trending subject here on the podcast. I know you guys are here for it, so let's explain it, babe. Just in case you're living under a rock, have you heard of the Austin Broom and Catherine drama?
I'm living under a rock.
You're living
Tell
under
me,
a
babe.
rock. I gotta tell you. So, just in case you don't know who Austin Broom is and Catherine, they are huge YouTubers from back in the day, pioneers of YouTube, the Ace family. They had an amazing channel. Technically, one of the first family channels on YouTube.
That blew up.
Crazy. I mean, I used to watch them every now and then. I think Maria used to watch them more.
Yeah, Maria.
But I would watch them when she would watch.
And by the way, I do
family.
know who they are. I was just being funny.
So pretty much what's going on is that they divorced about a year ago, right? We didn't really hear too much drama about it. But until recently.
There was a lot of speculation. So.
Right. Until recently, she dropped the book. And that's when Austin Broom's like, nah. Hold on, fam. Hold on. Pretty much what happened is that ya habían quedado en un acuerdo.
Según él.
Y Catherine, que they weren't going to talk about the situation. They had a good relationship, but they weren't going to talk about it on social. Even, según Austin, allegedly, he said that she told Austin, please do not release that YouTube video talking about our relationship because people are going to bash you. So he did not release it. He did not talk about their relationship. So then she comes around and drops a whole book about what happened, her POV. So then Austin's like, wait, this is your book, but the whole book you're talking about me. So he feels some type of way at that point, right? So it gets better. Right? Pretty much.
Ay, babe, ¿cómo te gusta el chisme?
Pretty much what's going on. I mean, I had to go through a little rabbit hole of what really happened. Austin allegedly says that he hadn't had any relationships with Catherine, you know what I'm talking about, with Catherine in over a year, right? So Catherine told him, hey, babe, go do what you got to do. If you got to get your necessities done, go do it, but just don't let me look dumb.
Por favor.
Don't make me look dumb and don't let people find out. So Austin decides, well, I got to go get my necessities done. And he went to go do what he had to do.
He didn't love her. So
then Catherine at the time joined some sort of religion or what is it called?
I don't know.
Some sort of agua fresca, I'm going to call it, that they're calling it on social.
Ayahuasca.
That you do
You drink.
spiritually or something like that.
yeah.
She gets a trainer. She gets all involved in that. Austin's like, I want nothing to do with this. And then now there's even speculations. They had a huge basketball game at the Lakers game. Según his ex was there. So basically what sets all this off, babe, is that in that book, Catherine talks about Austin cheating, which she wasn't supposed to talk about in public, and also says that the girl that he cheated on her with was at that huge basketball game that went viral, and there's some según clips of her there. He claims that there's no way that he would have his what's it called?
Side chick.
His side chick there, which makes no sense. So now he's all fired up, releases this on Snapchat, and now that's what's going on my TikTok. But before we get your perspective and see whose side you're on, let's take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Good.
All right, we're back, you guys. But dang, I left one thing out, babe.
What?
Igor, the guy that was her trainer in this agua fresca thing.
Agua fresca.
They end up together. And now Austin is mad because she's having the kids practice this agua fresca.
Oh, yeah?
So now he's going crazy. He's like, I didn't want to do this crap. I don't want my kids doing this. So that's what this whole drama is going on. So Lily Babe, what is your perspective?
well,
What do you think about this?
I'm going to be 1,000% honest. I don't know too much. I literally, like you've told me the most that I've heard. But from the little things that I would hear, I feel like I respect the fact that he didn't talk about it. That's good on his part.
Yeah.
Because I didn't hear nothing for the past year of him like
Yeah,
really
he held
bringing
it
her
down.
up.
Yeah.
But from even I never would watch them really, but my little sister did, and I remember telling you that something was off with their relationship. It didn't seem genuine. And again, you never know what's really going on behind closed doors. But from the vibes that I would get, I could see that what I would think that he was the problem. He was trying to take the shine away from her. Like, she didn't look happy, honestly. And a lot of people, after they broke up, they started releasing all these clips in moments of their time where she didn't look happy. And that's what I would see from day one. Right. Which is why I didn't really watch them. No hate or nothing. It just wasn't for me, right? So the fact that he didn't talk about it, that's good on his part. But if he was a POS during their relationship, I could see why she made it seem like let's not talk about it, because she wanted to make the biggest bang for her buck.
Which is her book.
Like, that was her payback, basically. Does that make sense? Yeah. So I'm here for that too. Like, that's what he gets, basically.
But let's not get on the side.
Wait, yeah. I'm not really getting on the side.
I'm Team Austin, though. I'm just kidding.
Ay, Armando, por favor. We don't even know, right? We're just speculating. It's just our opinion. The ayahuasca situation, things that she does, I have no idea what that is. Like, I know it's some hallucinogen or whatever to make you more like in tune with yourself or something. I really don't know what.
There's like TikToks of like, he's like, oh yeah, she said one day she turned me into a mermaid, and the next day she was a Virgin Mary, and then the next day she was a psychic.
But do I believe him? If he's like, in my
Trolling
head, a
her,
liar
maybe?
and a narcissist and has always tried to take the light away. He's known for trying to never lose that clout. Right?
Yeah.
So do I believe him? No, I do not believe him. But let's say that it is true. I don't know enough about that. So I can't really comment on that ayahuasca, agua fresca stuff. If she's doing it to her kids, do I think that's right? No.
But they're her kids.
But do I believe him? No. Right? So yeah, the whole situation, what we do know, right? The facts is that he didn't talk about it.
Right. He held it down.
And then she released the book.
Right.
And to me, it's just her payback.
Right.
Like, good for you, girl, as you should.
Man, I guess we'll plead the fifth, and we brought it to the podcast. Let us know down below.
Everything else, I don't know, honey. I don't know. Yo no
Not
sé.
getting in.
Yeah, I don't know.
Esa es harina de otro costal, como quien dice. It's
I
not
haven't gone down that rabbit hole, but what do you guys think?
Yeah, what do you guys think? I mean, it is a trending topic. I was like, you know what? Let's bring it onto the podcast. Let's see what our community thinks, and let's see what Lily Bay thinks. Pero it looks like como que no te quieres meter en pedos.
Es que no sé. Yo no sé de nada de esas cosas de ayahuasca, agua fresca, no sé. Yo no sé.
All right, but talking about exes. You ready?
Oh, dear.
You know, I got my Unhinged little podcast segment here on the podcast, but this one is ridiculous ways to describe your ex as a brand name. You ready?
A brand name?
Tommy Hilfiger, because he'll figure a way to lie about it.
Oh, my God.
Next one. I call him Netflix because I shared her. No, I call her Netflix because I shared her with 5 other guys, and I'm the only one paying.
Hell no.
You ready? Dollar General because he didn't have a dollar in general.
Oh my God, that's a good one.
Walmart because everyone has been in it.
Ew, that's disgusting.
Mazapan. Se rompe con cualquier cosa. A little heartbreak, little girl, little guy, no pasa nada. Shein. Only look good in pictures.
That's fucked up.
Uber Eats. Took forever to show up and still got my order or my life wrong. Two more. Hello Kitty. because he said hello to every kitty.
Oh my God. Who comes up with this stuff?
Last one is
I could never.
5 guys because he had 5 different personalities.
That's
Maldito.
funny.
But yeah,
Somebody
that is
said, Lily B, like, that's funny, and doesn't laugh.
literally, you guys. Babe, laugh. But
Sorry,
I got you. This
guys.
one was good,
That
right?
one
This
was
was good.
good,
All right. This or that. More little segments on the podcast.
I love the unhinged part, so
Unhinged.
keep it coming, baby.
Got it. Let us know. Let us know. This or that, babe. Influencer edition. Oh my God. I don't know if Lily Bae is going to want to get into this, but you got to say it, babe.
Influencer edition?
Right. This or that influencer edition. Wendy or Odette?
Oh my, Armando.
Well, you don't have to pick a side. Be like, well, I like this person's content more, or I think this one's more entertaining. You don't have to pick a side in the drama. Just in general, babe. I'm just trying to stir up the pot, you guys.
I like Odette's style.
Okay, that's it. Moving on.
She's fodonga vibes like
Okay.
me. There you go.
Okay. Benji.
But I'm not in no drama. I don't know nothing about their drama. Don't even start.
All
Don't
right.
come at me.
Benji or Shadi Bae? Just the content.
Oh, Benji. He's
Really?
hilarious, bro.
But you would remake more of Shadi Bae's content.
Yeah, I feel like maybe because she was around longer, so there's like more clips
Okay.
of Shadi Bae's like audios. But you guys know I use Shadi Bae's audios.
But
all
I
the
think
time,
we're
too.
we're gonna go like it's just gonna be like forever with Shadi Bae. It's like
Yeah.
forever green. Like she's always gonna be relevant because
It's just
the
the, stuff
audios,
that comes
the-
out of her mouth is hilarious sometimes.
like there's gonna be sayings that our kids are probably gonna say because
But
of
maybe
Shadi Bae.
because lately I don't see her too much on
Yeah.
my FYP. It's more Benji, like, and he's hilarious. Well, they're both funny without trying.
Yeah. All right. Now to close this one off, babe.
Yeah. Mando's trying to get me in drama.
Close this one off. Pick one.
What?
This or that. Austin McBroom or Catherine?
Catherine,
one.
all day.
Really?
Yeah, what the hell? I'm a girl's girl, honey.
Really?
Yeah, and I always told you he gave me
Narcissist vibes.
narcissist vibes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man. I'm on Austin's side.
Ay,
on this
cállate,
one.
por favor. No, you're not. No, you're not. If y'all know Mando, he's just trying to play the devil's advocate right now, please.
I'm on Austin's side. I mean, the girl told him, hey, go do what you got to do. But I think, I'm just kidding. Like, he should have divorced. He should have moved on, and that's it.
Yeah, like who does
But
that?
he stayed, and then he was like, oh, all right, well, I'm going to go do my thing. But ahí anda.
Nah,
They
I
got
don't-
3 beautiful kids. It's like, come on now. You know who's suffering now? Through this drama, because, yes, they're both going to make a lot of money because of this drama. And if you guys notice, he posted this content on Snapchat because he's getting paid through
Snapchat's
Snapchat.
where people are getting paid right now, honey.
He's getting paid through Snapchat, and people screen record this content, and every like 5 seconds or 10 seconds there's a commercial. So imagínate, the amount of money that he's getting paid on Snapchat is ridiculous. And she had to make the money too for the book. I don't know if it's released yet or there's pieces that have been released.
You know why I don't get too much into like controversies and like situations, drama like this? Because a lot of you guys don't know this, but a lot of dramas are usually premeditated.
Yeah.
Like they do this on purpose for entertaining to get paid.
Yeah.
And literally sit there and think,
What's next?
how can we make a big drama and how can we make money for this? This happens.
That's literally what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
So
we're
that's
here.
why me as like somebody that is on this side as well, I don't care to get into that too much. Because
Yeah.
for all we know, they probably set it up so they can both get a bag, right? We
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's a girl right now. We've never said her name, but hopefully, I think you guys might know who that she is. She literally just got a big ass apartment because of all the stupid drama and TikToks that she posts. I'm like, dang, collect that bag because people love the drama on social.
Yeah.
That's just what sells, and that's why.
And a lot of people fall for it.
Right, and that's what Lily's saying, that it's just industry planted. Let's say,
Yeah.
like they planted, like, all right, guys, let's make some drama, let's get some views, and that's where
Literally.
we are.
But don't think it's only an influencer thing. This has happened way before, even with artists and celebrities all the time. They are always trying to, I mean, the Kardashians are kind of known for always trying to like
Yeah.
get back on it, but not only them, it's everyone. So
Yes.
That's why I'd be like, yeah, I don't be falling for nothing. Like,
Yeah. Lily's like, all right, moving on. What's next?
I'd be like, is my cows are my cows okay? That's all I care about.
And what's the new show on Netflix?
Yeah, it was a new show on Netflix. I'd be in my bubble over here.
When you
But
were little, were you a living room kid or a bedroom kid? Do you know the difference?
like, where would I hang out more? Or what?
No, so bedroom kid is more like kids that are to themselves. They go to their rooms and they try to stay isolated. Versus living room kids are like outside in the sala. Think little Rudy, think Camila. They're out here hanging out, kind of on top of you while you cook and things like that. And then there's other kids that just like being
I
in
think
their
I
room.
was a living room kid for sure.
Okay. Because it's the introvert, extrovert. There's a lot of like studies. There's like an actual term, living room kid versus a bedroom kid. Bedroom kid is more like to himself. He might be going through things. He might try to be away from people.
Okay, I can see that.
So they don't trigger him to do things that he doesn't want to do. Versus a living room kid is like outgoing. They want to be involved. Like you literally cannot get them off of you.
No, yeah, I was a living room kid for sure.
I think I was a living room kid too. You
Yeah.
know, and I feel like being a living room kid, let's use that term, you could be a little more successful in life because you're more introvert you're more of an extrovert. Like
What, networking?
yeah,
and stuff
networking and meeting new people and just being more outgoing versus trying to stick in your room, you know, just being to yourself. And
I can see that.
There's a lot of little cousins that we have or a lot of families that we have, and we see their two differences. Sometimes we pull up to a family member's house and we never see the cousin or the kid. Versus we go to another place and they're like, bam, right in front of you and they're asking you questions and you know, you see both sides.
I do.
So yeah, that's a little theory of the living room kid and the bedroom kid. There's nothing wrong with both,
Yeah.
but just know what you have. You know,
Sometimes you go through phases too.
yeah, phases too.
I knew somebody that was, let's say, a bedroom kid, and now they're a super living room kid. So
Okay.
you know,
So it's just phases, and there's nothing wrong with one or the other, but just know what you have. Because you're like,
I didn't even know that was a term.
yeah, you're always like criticizing. Ese pinche güey es bien raro, se la vive en su cuarto. Or ese pinche güey como es enfadoso. He's over here trying to help you cook or trying to help you clean or just making a mess all over the outside of the house. You know, but yeah.
And of course, every time we speak on subjects like this, it's more for like normal families.
Yeah.
Because I feel like sometimes there's kids that might be bedroom kids because their family is toxic or they're not
That's
in a
true.
good environment, which is totally understandable. But every time we speak on things like that, just know it's coming from like for the normal families and
yeah,
stuff.
that's probably
right?
reasons behind being a bedroom kid, and you're like, you know what? I don't want to deal with any of that drama. Something
Or
like
if
what
you are a bedroom kid.
what
or-
Maria, your sister, would do. She's like, I don't want to hear nobody. I don't want no one to tell me to clean my room. I'ma just stick in my room. But now she's like out there, you know.
Yeah.
So like you say, they go through phases. There's nothing wrong with that.
1,000%.
But babe,
What?
give us the horoscopes. You remember?
Oh yeah. So you
remember?
guys, where's my
It's
phone?
right
Oh.
next, the other side, right there.
So we have been doing horoscopes on and off for a while now, more off recently
More
than
off.
on. But the reason why it was because I really do like that segment, but I didn't know what type of horoscope topics to
Yeah.
bring up without having to say all the horoscopes.
Yeah,
which
because people feel left out.
it would take me like, if I wanted to do every single horoscope, it'll take me like a good 10, 15 minutes at least, which takes up too much time. So with that said, yesterday we kind of
Made a game plan, baby.
we have a game plan now. We're gonna be a little more organized with our structure for the podcast. We're gonna try this out for a few months, see what we like, see what we don't like, and then
Yeah.
maybe change it up later on. But as far as the horoscope, we were like, how can I bring it up without doing the horoscope of a certain sign,
week, yeah.
right? So the way we're gonna do it is I'm gonna call it the top 3.
Top 3.
But it could change, top 5 or which one or whatever. But I don't know what to call the segment yet, so maybe you guys can help me. But for today, we're gonna do the top 3 most toxic signs.
Oh, top 3 most toxic signs. Let's go.
And why they are a walking red flag. Según online.
Toxic,
según
baby.
online, right?
Oh my God.
Number 1, it says Geminis.
I know a Gemini.
Geminis don't just have 2 faces. They got a whole group chat in their head.
Su madre.
1 minute they love bombing you. The next minute they need space because you're replaceable.
Malditas desgraciadas.
Toxic, no. They call it keeping their options open.
Geminis. Can you name me a Gemini?
Every single Gemini I know. Definitely.
You hit it right on the head.
Yeah. All
100%.
the ones that I know so
Let's
far.
go.
Yeah. Oh, maybe not Cynthia.
Okay.
But I could maybe see that depending who's who's fucking with her, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Number 2, Scorpio.
Oh man, that's me.
Mando's a Scorpio. So don't
Según not a true
this is
Scorpio.
online stuff. This is not Lily Bay saying this, you guys. Scorpios will act calm while mentally rehearsing your funeral speech.
Oh.
They'll tell you it's fine with a smile, but just know they've already changed their Netflix password. They don't get mad, they get strategic.
Okay.
I can see that.
I can see that. I know one, yes. 1,000%.
You, not so much.
Nah, they say I'm not a true Scorpio because I'm the last day of Scorpio sign, but
Number 3, most toxic trait, Pisces.
okay.
Pisces will gaslight you and cry at the same time. They'll never say, I never said that. No, they'll say I never said that while sobbing into a Taylor Swift playlist.
I'm freaking dead. Who wrote this?
Somehow you end up apologizing even though they forgot your birthday. I don't know. I don't know enough Pisces. Just Miriam.
Is Miriam?
Yeah, but
I don't think so. It doesn't fall.
is she a true Pisces though?
One,
I don't know.
I'll give you the two. The first, Gemini, Scorpio, definitely toxic, but Pisces, no sé.
No?
te la creo.
Vamos a
We'll
ver.
try again next week, baby.
We'll
try again
see next week what other little fun facts I could give you guys about horoscopes.
Yeah, but before we go, I like closing it off with maybe some motivation or just something to think about, babe. So I want you to practice something right quick.
Okay.
Or you guys back at home practice this too. Say your name in your head really loud. All right. Now say it really softly and nice. Did you do it? Mm-hmm. You accomplished it, right?
Yeah.
So that shows you that you're able to control anything that you say in your head, any pensamientos, any thoughts in your head. You're able to 100%.
Any thoughts in your head?
Any thoughts in your head, you're able to 100% control them. This right here is a practice that you could do to kill those bad thoughts that you have. Like, I'm too fat, or I'm too tired, or I don't really want to do that. You could literally kill those thoughts in your head because you control whatever is in your head. Like, I don't want to go to the gym today versus, fuck it, let's go to the gym today. You know?
I love that. I never we hear that all the time, but you putting it into that
perspective or
super
practice.
easy of saying your name loud or soft is like, oh shit, I never thought about it that you really can control what you're thinking.
So like things that you can control, like, you know, the way you motivate yourself, the first things that you think about in the morning, those things right there are so important because you wake up and you think about maybe the worst thing versus like, no, today's going to be a good day. And this is why. And then you think about everything else. Or the thoughts before going to bed, like, dang, tomorrow I got to do 60 million things. And then bam, you go to sleep and you wake up with super, super anxiety, you know? The questions you ask yourself when things get hard, you know, like you're going through things and then you make things worse with what you're thinking. And then last but not least, I think the energy you carry into a room because the way you move what you're thinking. You know, you walk into a new room, you're like, kind of don't like no one here. Versus, I don't care. What's up, you guys? You know, so it's just thoughts in your head that you could control. And with that little practice that you just did right now is very important. But yeah, that's
I
it.
love that, babe. Thanks for sharing that because, again, I feel like, you know that I try to practice things like that all the time, but that just like dumbed it down.
Yeah.
So I love that.
That is it for today. Episode 135 is in the bag. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this podcast. I felt like it had a lot of little ups and downs, a lot of like, oh, wait, this and that. So, well, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed today's podcast. Episode 135 is in the bag. It's a little different, but hopefully you guys enjoyed. See you guys next week. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. Let's go. Nos vemos.
Bye.